live online training myself, Mark Hartwright. Today we're going to look at getting started. You can see this was the date where we did this live. So if you want to sign up, I'll leave the link below, so feel free to sign up and we can join live and have some discussion like that. Any questions that do pop up, pop them in the chat there or email me afterwards as well. Which kind of links me on nicely to my email address here, which is markhartwright@smarttech.com. And any questions that I can be of support, then feel free to reach out to me directly as well, which would be good. So let's jump in with a few objectives for today's session. We're going to look at getting started with your smartboard, surprise, surprise, and getting started with the smartboard and obviously the software as well, and how the two work and which ones might be best for you to use in which kind of different situations as well. And then within those, we're going to look at building lessons with existing content, bringing that in. We're going to look at how to change backgrounds and what backgrounds are available to you. And then we're going to look at some digital manipulatives as well. So let's jump in and look at the boards themselves. So I'm going to mainly focus on these two here. This is the MX board and this is the 6000S series as well. And these are the two new ones as well. And these ones have, as you can see, looks like a computer built in, and these ones have got an Android unit built into that as well. So some of the stuff I'll show you in a moment, that the Android stuff will be specific to those. And if you have got a projector and stuff, everything else will work through your desktop because that's just plugged in for that normally. What sets these boards apart here is if you've got these two pens at the front here, that's how you know it's an MX. There's two kind of white grey pens at the front there. And within those ones there, it'll enable you to use your pen as a pen and then a finger as a finger on any experience there. So you can do those at the same time. And then if you raise, that is the back of your hand or a large object for that as well. On top of that, you can change your finger to be a pen and your pen to be another pen. So I have got the option of changing those, and then I can make any annotations with those bits and pieces on that as well. And that is the MX one there. There's lots of other features as well, but that's just a way of getting started. So if I have this pen here and jump up and have a look at the 6000S, with this one's got a red pen and a black pen as well. So if I am making any annotations with those, I can do both of those at the same time. Or if I do come to use my finger as well, I can have that as well. Both boards are 20 points of touch. So if you are coming up and having lots of learners, lots of students coming to use that at once, then they can have that experience in that as well. Actually getting your board connected, what you'll probably have is wires plugged in around the back, and they'll be going to your laptop, computer, desktop, whatever it might be. Either that's Windows or Mac, you get the same experience from 20 points of touch on both. I've got mine here at the side here, plugged into my laptop at the side. Make sure you've got your HDMI plugged in, that's your sound and your visual, and your USB plugged in for your touch. And if you've got both of those, you'll have that great experience on the board itself on there. You have got some also additional buttons that are worth seeking out, either at the edge here of the 6000S or at the bottom down here of the MX themselves. And that's your pause button, which is your freeze. You've got some volume buttons and a few other ones just to go have a bit of a play with those and see what each one does from that one there. So those are the two boards there. And like I said, inside those, there is an Android unit. So we're just going to have a jump and have a look at that now. So I've got a home button here on mine. Your home button, if you've got MX, is there. Or if you've got a home button, you've got actually a picture of a home on that one there as well. So let's go home. Now I said this is now starting to use the Android unit. It's a smart calling IQ unit. And within this here, you've got access to quick and easy access to lots of different things within there as well. You've got your apps, so you can go to any app, which is on the Google Play Store, or we can have a created smart app store within that as well. Or if you want to actually look at the whiteboard itself, I can click on that and then start on the whiteboard. Again, something quick and easy, let's get going now. So I might even just choose a background, a lined paper, dotted paper, whatever it might be, squared paper, or a nice kind of brick. Let's just go for that square. And then as you'd expect, the same as on your desktop, you pick up the pen, start annotating, and you've got that there. Your pen is a pen, your finger is a finger to move it around. And because it kind of built on that Android operating system, a bit like your phone, when you pinch to zoom or to move it around as well, you've got lots of different ways of using that board there as well. There's some great features down the side, like changing ink, adding in widgets, timers, spinners, rulers, etc. down there, as well as if you wanted to add any images to your whiteboard experience as well. I'm now just going to click on this cross down here. And on that cross there, it does give you to some of these templates, which we referred to in the objectives. So if I'm using my Android now, I've just gone home on the screen now. So this is only on the flat panels one. If you've got a projector, not a brand new board, you may not get all of this functionality. You won't get this Android one here. But as you've got if you have got one of the new ones, you'll have access to this as well. So if I click on this brainstorming one, I've got a great brainstorming situation here where I can just come up and write on any of these and get going from there. Again, quick and easy access to the learners, or if I wanted to add any content to that, I can there as well. What else have we got in here? We've got lots of different ones. We've got some great note-taking ones, the Freya model in there. We've got some sequence charts, all the way down to kind of a really nice Venn diagram for that as well. If you want to have a look at the digital manipulatives as well, so looking at these manipulatives, they've got a nice calendar, they've got some coins on there, some maths work, there's a math stave, sorry, not a math stave, a musical stave on there as well, and then jumping up to a fraction wall. And these being manipulatives, then we can just move these around up on here so we can really visually see those. The students obviously can come up and actually play with this as well. And because it is that 20 points of touch, then we can have lots of people different inputs all at the same time trying to learn together for that there. So I'm going to click home. So again, my home button's here, yours might be there, or a physical button at the bottom there. And then I've got some other bits and pieces to have a look at that. Go and have a play and see what's there, see what works for you. Have a look at the browser, have a look at the screen share, and any more support you can be with that, just be in touch or have a look on the Smart Support website as well. So I'm just now going to click on Input. So my input button's there. You might have yours the same there. If it isn't, then have a look at the bottom. You'll either have an input button there or on the edge. Might be a square with an arrow going into it. So if I click on that input, it then gives me a live feed of what I want to choose. And I'm going to go back to you going into my laptop as well, so I can kind of continue where we were beforehand. And looking at that there, I've just very quickly, how can we get started with the IQ units, the Android unit? How can we use a template and actually get going? Start making those annotations, have that brainstorming where there's kind of no preparation at all. I've also got here this Smart Notebook, and Smart Notebook is this piece of software here. It is on your machine itself. So if I just minimize all these, I've got a few open at the moment. You can see on my desktop here, it acts like a finger is a finger, a pen, if I picked up a pen, we'll start annotating as well. And then Smart Notebook is at the top there. It might be in your start menu. Just search down for Smart or type in Smart and you'll be able to open up Smart Notebook. I've actually got a shortcut to mine down here, so I can actually go straight into Smart itself and continue using that software Smart Notebook. And within that, again, there's lots of templates, there's lots of digital manipulatives within that as well. Have a look at your pens, have a look at your shapes, adding lines, all your kind of go-to tools at the top there. And obviously there's an array of different those within that menu itself there. Looking down the side here is your gallery. This is a really good place to find some different templates and bring those in to get those using within Smart Notebook. And I've just set up some of my own within here, just ones that I can show you. For example, I've set one up with a date, a learning objective kind of half written at the top, and a good kind of a graphic way of looking at these. A good graphic here, so I can actually click on those and start counting with kind of number bonds in that sense there. Just rub out those dots at the back of my hand there. And whatever backgrounds that you wanted to save and secure that you've got quick and easy access to, you have that as well. As well as if I look at different pictures, I can bring those in and put nice access to some number lines, whatever it might be for those. So setting up that background there, so first of all you open it, line paper. How can I start making one of those backgrounds that we've just looked at there? So in this gallery at the side here, if I search for lined, I'm just going to type that in. So lined and click search. I've got some nouns around here. If I can click on some backgrounds, I could go for a grid, drag and drop that one in. I've got my grid, or the lined paper down here. Let's have a lined with a margin as well. And I've got that one as well. Nice small lines, because that's the way I wanted to have that one set up. And then if I click on it here, I can see that I've now down the side got some presets. And within my presets there, I can see that my background is a solid fill. And let's choose it to a yellow. And let's have some additional colors. Let's go for a slightly nicer one there. So it's that off-white experience and that one there. And then I can start typing at the top. I can put my date, learning objectives. So when I've saved in that one, I've got that ready and I can bring that into my lesson every time that I want to. So I've got those template saved for all of that in my gallery at the side there. If I wanted to save this as a template, that's that little drop down menu there and click add to gallery. Now, aware that I'm showing you quite a few things bit by bit, feel free obviously to pause the video and have a try with all these bits and pieces on that. If you find a bit that's really useful, add a comment below. If you find a bit that you think, oh, how do I do that, and want a bit more support with that, then again, either leave a comment or email me directly and I'll reach out and see what support I can be for that as well, which would be good. So jumping back up to our objectives at the top here, we've looked at some backgrounds and digital manipulatives, but how can we use that existing content already? Well, if you have got a notebook file saved from previous years, just open it up and you'll be able to use it in the new software. We are now Smart Notebook version 21, so feel free to download that and use that for free. That's yours, go for it. Once you're in there, if you sign into the account itself, account sign in, then you're going to get access to the full version of Smart Notebook, and you'll also get access to the online version as well, which is Lumio. And to get to that website is lum.io, and that's a fantastic way of using that existing content or making new resources to be able to share actually the whole file with your learners as well. I'll show you that in a moment. So if you are bringing in any other file type that is not a Smart Notebook file, if you click on File and Import, once you've clicked on that, you can then bring in the other content as well. Now, there are a lot of other third-party providers that do make some fantastic resources, for example, something in PowerPoint, but rather than doing it more of a presentation, which is PowerPoint, it's more of that you've got a lot more teaching and learning tools within this as well. So file imports, you can bring in your PowerPoint, or it might be another interactive whiteboard resource. You can bring those in and use them within Smart Notebook, and then you've got the loads of resources within that as well. So go and have a play, see if you can bring that existing content in, save remaking the wheel if you like, and then you've got all those teaching learning resources, like I said, at the top there as well. So we've had a look at all of those. I was just going to show you the other link as well, looking at Lumio. Lumio itself, go and have an explore for this week. We'll have a bit more in depth than that on another week. But that, like I said, that enables you to share your whole lesson with everybody else. A fantastic way of looking at extending the learning beyond the classroom in that sense as well. And then just again, how can I start? How can I start learning by myself is the kind of question for you. And that's at smarttech.com/training and then /Lumio or notebook or IQ. smarttech.com/training/IQ for each one of those. So have a go and see where you can take your own learning on as well. And I'll leave those links in the comments below as well. So a bit of a challenge for you as we kind of bring it to a bit of an end is go start, go play. If you haven't got the smartboard itself, have a go with the software. Download that and use that for free, whether that's at home, whether that's at school, PPA room, wherever it might be for those as well. See if you can have a go with that. How can you engage your learners with some of those quick ways that we've looked at today? And then share your experiences if you want to on Twitter, either with Mark Hartwright or with the hashtag of We Are Smart for that as well. Again, if you want to use Twitter or for any other platform as well, feel free to reach out and look at those as well. So finally, thank you very much for joining this week. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to actually join live. So if you are watching this again being recorded, then thanks for watching both. If you are now just coming to watch this on the YouTube channel, then it'd be great if you can sign up and actually join live with us, and I'll be able to answer any of the questions that do pop up as well. The next session we're going to look at enhancing your lessons. So we've made a start, we've got something, we've opened up Notebook, we've opened up something, we're getting going. How can you enhance those lessons to actually make them more engaging for our learners and play more of an active role within that as well? And we're going to join together on Thursday, the 23rd of September for that as well. I'll leave the sign up link in the comments below as well. So thank you very much for joining. Hopefully that's been useful, and talk to you again soon. Thanks. Goodbye.